Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to graph the data you collected from the Refraction Lab using Excel. So you're going to go start up your Excel, and to begin I want you to label two columns in the Excel booklet. So I'm going to label one column incident, and another column refracted. And this just helps me keep my data in order. So I'm going to start by inputting my first incident angle that I recorded from one of the lenses, and then I'm going to record the corresponding refracted ray next to it. So like let's say I had a 34-degree angle of incidence and my corresponding angle of refraction was 25 degrees. Now I'm just making these up, but the numbers I'm making up are less than 90. All of your angles should be less than 90 degrees. If you have angles larger or greater than 90 degrees, you did not accurately measure the angles with respect to the normal. So you need to go back and watch the pre-lab video if that's the case. So I'm going to continue filling in my data here. 53-degree angle of incidence, and let's say this went with a 30-degree angle of refraction. I don't know, 52-degree angle of incidence and 35-degree angle of refraction. Everything could be slightly different. I'm not really sure. 65-degree angle of incidence and 43-degree angle of refraction. Very nice. Now, Excel doesn't do degrees. We're going to have to convert these degrees to radians. So I'm going to label one of these columns. I'm going to come over, column D, I'll label it radian incident. You can label these whatever you want. This is just to keep our data in order. Incident for angles in radians. So you're going to come down to the next entry once you've titled this column and click the equal symbol from your keyboard. You're going to type radians, R-A-D-I-A-N-S, open a parentheses, select your A2, the first incident angle, which you have in degrees, enter, and this has now converted my incident angle from 34 degrees to radians. I don't have to do that for every single entry. All I have to do now is have this entry selected, come to the bottom right hand corner, click and drag all the way down, and it auto-populates the column with the converted angles. I'm going to come up here, radian of the refracted angles, come down, click my equal symbol on the keyboard, type radians, open parentheses, click the first refracted angle, close the parentheses, enter, and then I'm going to come to the bottom right hand corner of this entry, click, hold, and drag all the way down, and now I've converted both my incident and my refracted angles from degrees to radians. So we're going to get the sine values for these angles. Why we're doing this, I will go into greater detail later, but for now, just do it. So we're going to actually reverse the order of the refracted versus the incident angles, and this is just going to make it easier for us to graph. If you didn't do this, hold on. At the end of the video, I'll show you how to change it up. So we will go type sine of our refracted angles. So let's get the sine values for all of the refracted angles. So we click equal, sine, open parentheses, we click our first refracted angle, and note we're using the radians, close parentheses, equal, and now I have the sine for this angle. So we're just going to click, hold, drag all the way down, because again I don't have to do that for every entry, and Excel will auto-populate all of the sine values for these radians. I'm going to do sine of my incident, raise now, come down to the bottom, you click the equal symbol, sine, type that. We're going to get the first incident angle, which is in radians, close your parentheses, hit enter, and again let's auto-populate this all the way down. Bam, bam, bam. Great. Now let's highlight these data. We're only highlighting numbers. Notice I didn't add any degree symbols. I've not added any symbols. Excel only can plot raw data, so do not add any symbols. Okay, so with just the data highlighted, I go to Insert, come over to Charts, I click Scatter, and there I have some data points, and they may not go all the way to the origin. That's just fine. We're going to click the green arrow for chart elements, click axes titles, and I do want you to label your axes. So this bottom axis is a plot of the refracted angles, the sine of the refracted angles. So we're going to title this sine, open a parentheses. Since we're using angles, let's use our symbol for angles. So we go to Insert, Symbols, Greek and Coptic, insert theta, and close. And these are the refracted angles, so I'm going to title it theta r. Close my parentheses. Coming over here to this axis, these are the sine values for my incident angles. So sine, open a parentheses, I insert, come over to symbol, and again this is under the Greek and Coptic subset. So if you're not already on there, you can just come and select Greek and Coptic, and you should see your theta. So select this here, insert, close, and these are the theta values, the angles for my incident ray. And let's give this chart a title. I do want you to label your charts because it just lets me know what those data sets are. So I'm going to title this Refracted Angles with Acrylic Lens, or something to that effect. Almost done with this. You're going to click your chart again once you have your axes and your chart titled, and click the chart elements, come down, select trend line, click the black arrow, go to more options. This box comes up over on the right hand side. I want you to click trend line options. You'll see these bars pop up. Scroll all the way down and click display equation on chart. And this is very important to the lab. This is the most important piece of information, is this equation, in particular the slope value for the equation. Now your slope value should be greater than 1. If it's not, no big deal. It just means that you plotted the incident, the sine values for the incident angles on the horizontal axis and the sine values for your refracted angles on the vertical axis. It's a quick fix, and I'll show you how to do that. So you will, if the equation for your line, if the slope is less than 1, just right click on the chart, go to select data, and then this box pops up. You go to edit, and then you'll delete your series X values. Your series X values need to be the refracted rays. So you just click the first column of data in your refracted, in the sine of the refracted angles. Click and highlight, scroll all the way down, and then for your Y values should be the sine of the incident angles. So then you'll come, click the first data entry and drag down, and then you click OK. OK. And then that should fix any data issues that you have. And that's all for now. I hope you learned a little bit from this video, and I will see you next time.